MPBL, Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball League. Bawat bayan ay sumasaya kapag may labay nagkakaisa. Luzon, Visayas, Mindanao, basketball na. Ang bawat labay pinaghahandaan, kaya yumayanig ang bakbakan. Todo suporta ang lahat sa kanya-kanyang kupunan. Basketball na muna tayo, iwasan na ang mga bisyo. Sports ang laging iisipin, sa droga ay huwag paalipin. Buong bansa'y magsama-sama. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, MPBL na! MPBL na! Yan ang liga ng bawat Pilipino, sa Luzon, sa Visayas, sa Mindanao. MPBL na, yan ang liga ng bawat Pilipino, sa Luzon, sa Visayas, sa Mindanao. Ang bawat laban ay nakakakaba dahil sa husay ng bawat isa. Sigawan ay yumayanig kapag nag-3 points na. Bawat bayay di patatalo, buong barangay ay suportado. Kahit ano ang mangyari, sama-sama tayo. Basketball na muna tayo, iwasan na ang mga bisyo. Sports ang laging iisipin, sa droga ay huwag paalipin. Buong bansa'y magsama-sama. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, MPBL na! MPBL na! Yan ang liga ng bawat Pilipino, sa Luzon.
Sumapit na ang alas 4, basketball na muna tayo. And for today, we are back here in one of the most historic cities in the Philippines, or one of the first battles of the Philippine Revolution came place dito sa San Juan City sa PhilOil Eco Oil Arena. At importanteng mga laban ulit ang meron sa atin para sa ating Saturday triple header. Will Macaloni will be looking to lead the Nueva Ecija Rice Vanguards out of their 2-game losing streak after starting the season 12-0. They have lost their last 2 games. He will be matched up against John Gabriel, the best player of the game for Negros, against the Rizal Golden Coolers. He really stepped up in that matchup, dominating their last opponent. Later on at 6 o'clock p.m., it's the Abra Weavers facing the Quezon Huskers. And at 8 o'clock, our main game, the San Juan Knights will be defending their home floor once again against the Quezon City Toda Action. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is Javi Palanya alongside Coach Juanito Gregorio. Juanito, this Negros team is on a 3-game winning streak. This is they have tied their longest winning streak this season. They started the season 3-0. With their additions, how are you liking this squad so far?
Oh, I'm not just liking it, I'm loving it. Ang ganda ng mga additions para dito sa Negros Moscovados. This is a team that is now willing to compete. And right now, at number 8, this is going to be a very important game para sa kanila.
Well, titignan natin ang ating mga team standings beginning with the Southern Division to have better context on where Negros and other South Division teams are right now sa ating team standings.
Well, right now, you see actually the standings right here. Negros tied at number 8 with Iloilo, entering that playoff picture. So it's going to be a very, very important game as well. But you also see Quezon right here, who will be having their game, will be challenged by the Abra Weavers, who is also on a roll.
So, you know, all of these teams, kailangan na rin talaga bumangko ng panalo dito. Even Muntinlupa, Mindoro, Sarangani, maybe even Bicolandia might still have an outside chance coming in into the playoffs sa ating Southern Division. Tawid naman tayo sa ating Northern Division where Nueva Ecija is at number 4 right now.
Well, after the 2-game losing streak ng Nueva Ecija, they will now be sliding to number 4. So it's going to be very crucial that they go back to our winning ways here in this ball game. But you also look at Abra and also Quezon City right here, who is at number 10. So again, all of the teams right now are in playoff contention. So maganda-gandang araw natin dito sa MPBL.
At di lang naman kami ni Juanito magbibigay ng aksyon sa inyo dito sa hapon na ito. Of course, joining us at courtside, Miss Gianna Lianes. Good afternoon to you, G.
Good afternoon, Javi and Juanito. Para sa mga magtatanong kung bakit fresh na fresh tayo ngayon, it's because it's one of the rare instances that the Saturday MPBL games ay gaganapin sa isang venue na malapit sa ating tahanan. And speaking of this iconic venue, this is also where the Nueva Ecija Rice Vanguards experienced their most recent loss against the San Juan Knights. Kwento nga ni Coach Don Dulay that it was a simple case of their opponents wanting it more. They were outworked daw, especially when it came to rebounds, and that cannot happen again. He's hoping na ang kanilang mga recent additions like John Wilson and Ed the Kiwag will be contributing more, especially offensively. Wala nga si Chester Saldua para sa Nueva Ecija ngayon due to injury, but Ryan Costello will be making his return. More information about the team during my reports during today. Back to you guys.
Thank you so much, G. Well, it's going to be exciting to see Ryan Costello back in harness para dito kay Coach Don Dulay and the Nueva Ecija Rice Vanguards. Let's talk about that game against the San Juan Knights, who were actually the team that ended their campaign last season in the Northern Division semifinals. And in this game, it was actually tight coming into the fourth quarter. No, they were only down by 3, but then San Juan was able to outscore them 25-16 in that final frame.
Well, you actually saw the effort of the San Juan Knights in their home court, especially in that fourth quarter. You were saying, Abby, talagang inangat pa ng San Juan ang kanilang laro in the fourth quarter, and they were really able to chip away with that lead, eventually winning with a 12-point lead. You see the numbers right here. The aggressiveness going the San Juan Knights plus 10 in terms of free throws. The rebounding going the side of San Juan. And the bench points, Nueva Ecija, even though they are a very deep team, not a lot contributed off the bench. So that game will go to the San Juan Knights.
Actually, very uncharacteristic for a team like Nueva Ecija to have that low of a bench production. It was only Will Macaloni who scored in double figures for the Rice Vanguards in that game. On the other side, contrasting to what happened to Nueva Ecija, the Negros Muscovados dominated the Rizal Golden Coolers at the Olivares College Gym, 103-94. This was a game where they led by as much as 25 points. 5 guys scored in double figures para sa kanila, led by Jan Formento and John Gabriel, who had 28 and 23 respectively.
This was a very exciting game para sa Negros. Off the bat, they were running in this ball game, and that is why they were able to get a very comfortable lead in the start of the ball game, and they were able to cruise control eventually throughout that ball game. You look at the numbers right here, very efficient, 54.9%, a very high field goal clip para dito sa Negros. Fast break points plus 13, and everybody chipping in off the bench, plus 22 bench points para dito sa Negros, and they want to keep this number 8 position after Iloilo losing last night. This is a chance for them to eventually get a 1-game ahead against Iloilo.
And what was even more impressive in that win, they were able to overcome the 37 points of Alwin Alday para sa Rizal Golden Cooler. So will those kind of numbers still stick with the Negros Muscovados here against a Nueva Ecija Rice Vanguard squad that is begging for a win right now? Let's turn you over to Richard Tapas to get things on the road.
Guard number 4, Ryan Costello. At forward number 8, Robbie Celis. Center number 14, Will Macaloni. Guard number 33, Ed the Kiwag. Small forward number 26, Ilonggo Superman, Billy Ray Robles. The head coach is Don Dulay, assistant coaches, Rob Wainwright, Matt Macalintal, Arnold Oliveros, Rick Season, Derek Evangelista, and Jonathan Oiloan. Assistant team manager, Jen Dignadice. Team manager, Raymond Dizon. The team owners are Ivan Cuevas and Bong Cuevas. Now the starters for Negros Muscovados. Center number 6, John Gabriel. Guard number 8, John Formento. At forward number 21, Jem Cruz. Power forward number 22, Sam Peralta. Starting at guard number 77, Renz Palma. The head coach is Bonnie Garcia, assistant coaches, Juan Miguel Martin, J.M. Lagumen, and Arbel Cabaling. Team managers, Rocky Gomez, Ruben Weber, and Rendel Patricio. The team owners are John Gilbor and Grace Gilbor. Referees for this ball game are crew chief.
Our starting five of this game brought to you by New Star Max. Win to the max. Ryan Costello making his return to the starting lineup here para kay Coach Don Dulay, joined by Ed Takiwag, Will Macaloni, Robbie Celis, and the Ilonggo Superman, Billy Ray Robles. Sa kabilang panig naman, it's Jan Formento, Renz Palma, John Gabriel, Sam Peralta, and Jem Cruz para kay Coach Bonnie Garcia. Maraming salamat sa pagdalo sa aming coverage dito sa Phil Oil Eco Oil Arena in San Juan City. This is the first game of your Saturday triple header dito sa Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball League. Ang liga ng bawat Pilipino. Javi Palanya here, joined by Coach Juanito Gregorio and Miss Gianna Lianes. Itong Muscovados are on a 3-game roll, while the Nueva Ecija Rice Vanguards on a 2-game losing streak after beginning the season 12-0.
Well, you look at the standings, so kabilang-kabila ng kanilang winning streaks dito and losing streaks on the other end para dito. So, on the contrasting ends, itong dalawang team na to. So, very, very interesting game we have here.
Well, not really a good start to the game para sa Nueva Ecija as they turned the ball over on their first possession. Jem Cruz on to Peralta. Palma has been their leader this season. Robles picks up the steal. Robles will go all the way. Left-hand finish is good, plus the foul.
There's going to be a matchup. We are going to be looking at the whole ball game. Billy Robles versus Renz Palma, two of the most athletic guys we have here in the MPBL. And Renz Palma also coming off playing from Nueva Ecija as well. So, sort of a reunion game para dito, Renz.
And we know that when players go up against their former squads, there's usually a lot more motivation para sa kanila to be able to do well. And Renz Palma has certainly had a fine season para sa kanila at the helm of this Negros squad. 2-0, di na kompleto yung 3-point play ni Billy Ray Robles. Formento doubled at the sideline. Peralta gives up the turnover. Costello ahead of the pack. That's an easy 2 points for the former Pasig City Sandown.
Oh, that's really one thing he can do. Whenever he sees that there is a turnover coming, he already leaks out and tries to get an easy 2. And once again, Ryan Costello going to his strength right there.
Nueva Ecija, one of the top teams in terms of fast break scoring sa ating liga. Number 3, 20.9 fast break points per game. Peralta back outside. Palma steps back. 3-pointer on the way. In and out. Robles with the board.
Not the best start para dito sa Negros. They have not been able to get a bucket in the first few minutes of the ball game.
Very much different from the start that they had against the Rizal Golden Coolers, where they were practically hitting from all cylinders in that game.
Well, they were able to start strong. They were able to start quick. Talagang tinakbuhan agad nila off the bat against Rizal. But you cannot do that against Nueva Ecija because this is also a team that loves to run. So kayang-kaya nila sabayan yung pace nitong Negros. But finally, Renz Palma was able to get their first 2.
Superb finish right there para sa player ng Negros na si Renz Palma, changing hands in midair. Finally getting the Muscovados on the board. Macaloni given the baseline. That's an easy 2 underneath para kay Will Macaloni.
That is one guy they have to be able to find an answer on. John Gabriel is the only legit big para sa Negros. And this is a very athletic team. But in terms of post defense, Will Macaloni can really eat up everybody.
Defense there by Robbie Celis, producing the turnover once again para sa Negros Muscovados. And the Rice Vanguards are off and running. Billy Ray Robles, the one finishing the fast break again para dito sa Nueva Ecija.
6 fast break points right away para dito sa Negros. Everything coming easy. 8-2 in favor of the Rice Vanguards.
And the longtime teammates Robbie Celis and Billy Ray Robles featured in our fast break of the game, brought to you by New Star Max. Win to the max. Up next on the next 3 games para dito sa Negros Muscovados on July 18, they will be facing Bacolod. 4 days after that, the struggling Pangasinan Heat Waves. And on July 27, Coach Bonnie Garcia and company will be going up against the Binyanta Takjel.
Very interesting. Next 3 games, Bacolod has been on a roll as well. But they have to be able to start it right here. And Jan Formento getting a 2 right there.
Top scored for Negros in that game against Rizal. 28 big points para kay Jan Formento. He was one of the guys that really set the tone para sa kanila sa laro na yon. But here in this game, it's been Nueva Ecija who has been setting the tone as Ed Dakiwag knocks it down from the outside.
Everything going para dito sa Nueva Ecija. Their half-court game, their post game, their running game. 11 points in the first 4 minutes of the ball game para dito sa Nueva Ecija.
5 out of 8 so far from the field itong Rice Vanguards, while Negros is only at 2 and 5. Formento, that's a fake, short on the shot. Rebound taken by Will Macaloni. Dakiwa got the corner, fakes the 3, steps back, gives it to the post. Defense right there for the Muscovados. Here comes Renz Palma. Palma floats, hangs, couldn't get it off the glass. Pero Flores nakuna ng bola dun sa ilalim ni Robbie Celis. Robles shovels a pass. Will Macaloni, it's been so easy to produce points here para sa Nueva Ecija.
Slow recovery para dito sa Negros after them missing on their fast break opportunity. The 3 blue shirts were slow to get back. That's why Will Macaloni was wide open on that inside.
Shot from the outside. Much needed basket right there para sa Negros. Jem Cruz draining it. That's the first 2 points of the game for the former Batangas City player.
The offense is very well para dito sa Negros. The ball is rotating. Everybody is an option. The problem is the shots are too easy para dito sa Negros. That's 6 points already from Will Macaloni, and seems like he is having an easy treat inside itong si Will Macaloni.
Parang namamiesta sa loob itong Nueva Ecija, particularly ito si Will Macaloni. And here they are once again with another steal. Costello, that's already his 2nd bucket of the game. 4 points sa laro na to para kay Ryan Costello.
4 points for Ryan Costello. 10 fast break points already para dito sa Nueva Ecija. Almost all of their buckets, 10 of the 17, coming off that fast break. Something has to happen para dito sa Negros. They have to be able to adjust.
They're past the halfway point of the first quarter. Jem Cruz hitting his first 3-point shot of the game. 5 points sa laro na to and gets Negros to within 8.
Offense for offense, you actually can see the skill level of Negros. Kaya nilang tapatan itong skill level ng Nueva Ecija, but it's defensively where they have to be able to adjust here in the first quarter. Ayaw mo na lakihan ng Nueva Ecija ang kanilang lamang because this is a very, very strong team.
This 3-point shot is brought to you by Extreme One-Stop Shop Appliances. Jem Cruz knocking it down a few feet away from the 3-point line. And on the other side, Will Macaloni getting a foul. Haven't really encountered a lot of resistance, especially when he gets that ball on the low block.
They've been having a very, very hard time on the post. They tried to go a little bit bigger, putting in Flores inside the court, but still not the answer they were looking for. Already the 7th point para dito kay Will Macaloni.
Averaging 12 points per game this season. Ito si Will Macaloni para dito sa Nueva Ecija. He is their leading scorer this year, as he was in their previous campaign last year. 18-9. Formento receives the handoff. Macaloni switches out to him. Shot clock at 6. Formento takes it from the outside and makes it.
And that is one thing that he can do. Jan Formento is a really, really good shooter. Off the dribble, off the catch, against the big, no problem para dito kay Jan Formento.
Negros had 10 3-pointers against the Rizal Golden Coolers in their last game. Dakiwag will try to answer with 3 of his own, and he does so.
The outside game really working for both squads here.
Both teams looking really loose here at the start of our first quarter.
They're actually running their sets pretty comfortably.
Formento given space and time, swishes it through. 2nd 3-pointer of the game.
3rd straight for either team. Formento, Dakiwag, now Formento. Once again, very high scoring ball game we're having, 21-15.
Costello attempts from the corner, another 3. It's raining here inside the Phil Oil Eco Oil Arena. Alam ko umuulan na yata rin sa labas.
Kanina
umuulan
umabot pa
na
lang
rin, Trish.
Kanina maambon pa lang sa labas. Dito pala sa loob.
Dito mas
uulan.
malakas. Buhos na dito ng tres sa ating first quarter. 6 3-pointers between these two squads. A total of only 2 misses between the two teams. Palma, 18-footer, wala yan. Macaloni, another rebound. That's number 3 in the game para kay Will Macaloni. Dangerous pass there. Last touch on Negros. So Nueva Ecija will keep possession. Couple of substitutions in the game para kay Coach Don Dulay. Punta muna tayo kay Miss Gianna Lianes at courtside.
Masayang reunion daw para kay John Formento na makasama ulit si John Gabriel at Coach Bonnie being with them sa Colegio de San Lorenzo years ago. Kaya malaking risk daw nung nagpa-release siya sa kanyang previous team para makasama sila ulit. But it paid off naman daw dahil na-enhance ang abilidad niya bilang player dito. Lalo na dahil sobrang detailed daw ni Coach Bonnie sa ensayo up to the extra steps that they cannot waste. John adds being this detailed also helps him with a small business where he cooks the dishes himself. Back to you guys.
Wow. Also a cook, ha? Ikaw, marunong ka ba magluto?
Itlog.
Lakas-lakas mo kumain, hindi ka marunong magluto.
Marunong ako magluto ng itlog. Madali yun eh.
Maya ka naman. Macaloni missing on the first free throw. Paturo ko na lang kay John Formento.
Baka pwede tayong makasubok ng kanyang mga...
Ayun na nga eh.
Mga sinasabi ko dito eh. Kung may manonood mga MPBL players, guys, if you want a free taste of your business, Javi and
Bakit
I
ikaw
are
pa yung
always...
nag-aalok ng free taste?
Javi and I are always just here. Diba? Pwede naman naming masabi at may live review ang inyong mga products.
Nagka-cover tayo ng game, hindi tayo nag-food vlog. The lead is 10 for the Rice Vanguards. That's a difficult lob, even for Renz Palma to finish. 2 minutes and change remaining here in the first quarter. Dakiwa quickly to John Wilson. Wilson, fresh off the bench, knocking down his first attempt. 13 na ang kalamangan dito ng Nueva Ecija.
Walang malamig para dito kay John Wilson. Off the bench. First shot attempt. Already a make for John Wilson. And that is how hot everybody has been playing para dito sa Nueva Ecija in the first quarter.
I think one big factor is a lot of the players are also used to playing here inside the Philoelec Oil Arena.
Oh yeah. So many leagues are being played here.
Yeah.
So it's so hard to say that this is your home court because this is everybody's home court. Oh.
JB Bayo scoring inside, and once again, not a lot of resistance defensively para dito sa Negros.
I like the lanes that are being played by Nueva Ecija. Coach Don Dulay very strict with how he runs his open break, and everybody running to their spots. Eventually, someone will get open, and in that last play, it was JB Bayo.
Flores with a hand in his face. That's an excellent challenge coming from JB Bayo. 1 minute to go here in the first quarter. Culyar gets it to Bayo. JB looking for a teammate to hand off to. Culyar, top of the circle 3. Masyado malakas. Rebound to Jem Cruz. So is it really just the defense, Juanito, that's been the problem para dito sa Negros?
Well, mostly it's been the defense. Their offense has been working. They've been red hot off the 3. They have been able to get a few runs. But the things have just been too easy para dito sa Nueva Ecija, either from the 3 or the inside or the running game. Giving up 30 points in the first 9 minutes of the ball game is just too much if you want to be able to really limit itong Nueva Ecija.
Almost 15 points per game. Renz Palma knocking down his second bucket plus the foul. And he makes those finishes look quite easy. Itong si Renz Palma has always been a very athletic driver to the rim. Ever since the first time I saw him when he tried out for FEU back when I was in 4th year high school.
Oh.
Talagang athletic na talaga siya. He loved to attack the basket. Didn't really have a decent outside shot then, but was able to develop it over the years as he was able to transfer to the UE Red Warriors, where he was able to make the UAAP lineup, and right now one of the mainstays dito sa ating liga.
And that is where really he made a name for himself dun sa UE Red Warriors. One of the mainstays of that UE team, eventually jumping over in the PBA, eventually going back here to the MPBL. Renz Palma has really been one of the more respected guys we have.
Wilson fooling everybody there with that slight hesitation near the wing. 32-17, such a high output offensively para dito sa Nueva Ecija. Kind of giving Negros a dose of their own medicine here, at least based on the last game or they were able to score 27 points in that first quarter against Rizal. There's a lull here on the floor. Referee Jojo Belnas is now at the scorer's table to try and communicate to Richard Tampos the official decision.
We have a correction. The three-point conversion of John Wilson earlier was only a two-point
Alright, so
basket.
nullify yung three-point basket ni John Wilson. It was only a two-pointer as he was stepping on the line. So the official score is 31-17.
Still a big 14-point lead heading into the second quarter.
A last possession here possibly para dito sa Negros. That's a foul to give for Nueva Ecija. Emancalo picking up that personal.
Right, deny itong si Chavez getting that basketball. But they are not in penalty, so that is a foul to give there.
Capobres receives, takes the shot, and makes it.
Also the first shot para itong Alvin Capobres.
Collado, haven't seen him on the floor for a while. Unable to beat the buzzer. And that is going to be it for the first 10 minutes of action. Explosive start offensively para dito sa Nueva Ecija Rice Vanguards.
Very, very quick start para dito sa Nueva Ecija Rice Vanguards, right? After that jump, everybody was off and running para dito sa Rice Vanguards, and they were able to really maximize on that running game, on that inside. And one leader they have is Will Macaloni, already scoring 7 of the 31 points itong Nueva Ecija in the first quarter. 13
out of 18 from the field, 72%. 18 points inside the paint compared to 6 para sa Negros, and 12-0 in terms of fast break points. 31-19 is our first quarter score. This is brought to you by GameX. GameX Sports, the official online basketball lending partner of the MPBL. Basta ending GameX. Let's take a look at our fan of the game, brought to you by Jinky Skin. Among the beautiful ladies in attendance here at the Philoil Eco Oil Center. Thank you so much for joining us, to everybody watching on our Facebook and YouTube channels, as well as on Pilipinas Live, pati na rin sa MPTV Channel 98 on Signal and Satellite Channel 53. Those were the numbers from the three-point area in the first half. Second quarter now underway. We now go first to Miss Gianna Lianes for the report.
Pag-usapan natin si Jay Collado and JC Colliar, with those two being the team captains of the Nueva Ecija Rice Vanguards. Naniniwala si Coach Don Dulay na ang leadership nila ay malaking bahagi ng success ng kanilang team so far this season. In Coach Don's words, they both understand what culture we are trying to build for Nueva Ecija, adding that they have been helping, especially keeping the players focused. Their biggest role on court, they helped din daw with focus on their goal for the season, sustaining the Nueva Ecijano culture by settling for nothing less than a championship. Javi and Juanito?
Thank you so much, G. Well, you know, it's certainly a big responsibility on the young shoulders of JC Colliar, but he has an able partner captaining this Nueva Ecija squad with Jay Collado trying to help him out in that role.
I think that's a perfect combo for having team captains. Jay Collado is very, very vocal, and already one guy that is respected para dito sa Nueva Ecija. On the other end, JC Colliar, he's also the team captain of St. Benilde before, and he is a very trusted guy. So gusto rin nila dalhin yung leadership ito ni JC Colliar. You know, JC Colliar is actually one guy I see as a future head coach dito in Philippine basketball.
Well, he's already part of the coaching staff, I believe, of St. Benilde, right, in the NCAA.
Very, very smart guy.
So already starting his coaching career, even if he's still playing here sa ating liga. J.R. Chavez trying to get Negros going here in the second period. 31-21. Matched up here against JC Colliar. Pumasok na rin dito si John Ray Villanueva for the Muscovados. Offensive foul. That's an illegal screen set by JB Bayo.
And that's right on the angle of the referee. Hindi pa nakakadaan yung kanyang teammate. JB Bayo was already moving, so that is an obvious charge.
J.R. Chavez featured in our play of the game, brought to you by Suzuki. Getting by the initial defender and finding himself all alone underneath for the reverse. The help was a little bit late para dito sa Nueva
You
Ecija.
can never be fooled by the size of JR Chavez. This guy is quick, this guy is shifty, and this guy is strong. No matter how big your guard is, he can outpower, and that is what we saw in JR Chavez.
Another stop for the Rice Vanguards. Wilson takes matters into his own hands and knocks it down from the outside. Dito kay John Wilson, walang bad shot eh.
You know, remember, we were talking about home courts. John Wilson is a champion.
That's right.
Dito sa San Juan Arena. So this guy is very, very comfortable in terms of playing here in this arena.
But a timeout called on the floor here. Itong Rice Vanguards tumatakbo ulit. Wilson seeing that everybody was paying attention to what was happening near the basket. Gave himself some space and knocking it down from the outside. 11 kalamangan dito ng Nueva Ecija. Interesting schedule up ahead para dito sa Nueva Ecija Rice Vanguards. They face Iloilo on July 18. A week after that, the Pasay Voyagers. And on July 31, the Valenzuela Classic. All very important games para sa kanila as they try to secure their spot atop the Northern Division team standings.
These are teams that are really fighters. Teams that would never give up whoever is in front of them. So, as they were saying, they have to keep the culture moving forward. So very, very important games, including this one para dito sa Rice Vanguards.
At 12-2, Nueva Ecija is at number 4 in the north behind Manila, San Juan, and Pampanga. So even with 2 losses, they're already down to number 4. That's how crowded the Northern Division is. Villanueva charges into John Wilson, but he's called for the block. That's going to count para kay John Ray Villanueva, to the utter dismay and frustration of John Wilson. Always very animated when the calls don't go his way.
Actually, he was right. He was going to go to the right spot. He was going to get that charge. Ang problema is he was delayed by a split second where Villanueva was already able to get a move in. So that is a good call by the referee there.
And most of the time, timing is everything, especially when you're trying to take those kinds of charges. Take a look at that again. Not really very established yet, ano?
If it was probably another 0.3 to a 0.4 of a second, he would have been able to get his spot there.
Cuellar short on the 3. John Ray Villanueva pushing the basketball to JR Chavez. Chavez back to John Ray. Villanueva could have hit from the outside. The ball tapped to John Wilson. He saves it to Collado. Calo to Cuellar. Back to JC. A little ping pong between these Nueva Ecija players. You love to see the quick ball movement from these Rice Vanguards.
Not even a lot of dribbles in that last possession. Very quick ball movement. Everybody was moving. And eventually, someone will get open. And that is the trust and culture that Coach Don Dulay is putting into these Rice Vanguards.
And they're trying to force another turnover here with some half-court pressure defense. Unfortunately, JR Chavez with another escaped act to the hoop, drawing the foul against JR Collado.
Hindi natin kung mapapanood ulit natin yung last play. That was a beauty. For the kids watching, for the up-and-coming players, watch how they were able to really locate each other and just know where everybody is going. And that's just the culture and really the system na nilalagay ni Coach Don Dulay.
First free throw is good para kay JR Chavez. So having said that, Juanit, where do you think Nueva Ecija is right now in terms of their preparation heading into the postseason? Mga ilang percent na kaya sila?
Well, I would say only about 70-75%. This is a very strong team. But with the additions of Ed Dakiwag, John Wilson, medyo meron pang onting adjustments na kailangan because these are players that are not yet used to the way that these players play. So it's still an adjustment for these new players. But think of it in a month or two where if these new players are very comfortable in this system, this is going to be a very, very scary team.
It's only a 2-point basket.
Ayan nga, kinorek na naman yung isang outside shot ni John Wilson.
I think he should be wearing smaller shoes. Kasi ganun na naman eh. ganun na naman.
Sobrang konti na lang ng diferensya, oh. Collado hits from the outside. That definitely is a three-pointer galing kay JJ Collado.
Sabi ni Collado, ako na bahala sa'yo, par. I'm wide open, takes the three, makes the three.
38-28. Two-man game up top between Chavez. Chavez puts it up, able to draw the foul again.
Now this Negros team is giving a lot of opportunities for their guards. The first quarter was for Mento, in the second quarter, Chavez.
Jay Collado, his three-point shot is brought to you by Extreme One-Stop Shop Appliances.
One guy I'm not seeing in uniform who is very needed here in today's ballgame is Mark Atabay. Very, very sturdy guy that they need to be able to help with the rebounding. But he is on the bench, but he is wearing street clothes. So yet to know if he's injured or he's nursing something. But he is here, just not playing para dito sa Muscovados.
Quite a pity that he's not on the active roster for this afternoon's game. After all, Atabay has been one of the original bigs para sa Negros this season.
He's been able to stand his ground. Not the tallest, but kayang-kaya talaga tapatan kung sino man ang nasa harap niya.
Calo finds Wilson. Wilson went for the pass. Nang hinayang siya doon, dapat daw tinira niya na lang.
Sometimes it gets to you eh.
Yeah.
You think, am I stepping on the line? Am I shooting a 2? So now he decides on a drive where there is a help side. So doon naman siya manghihinaya ngayon.
Minsan, if you are watching John Wilson for the first time, you would think na, ay ano ba yan? Lagi na lang nagre-reklamo, ang bilis sumigaw, nagre-react sa lahat ng mga play. But actually, that's just a testament or that's just an expression of his passion in his play.
That's a perfect word to say it. One of the most passionate guys we have here in the MPBL, John Wilson, already up there in age, but you would never feel it because he is always in shape. He always plays 100%. And talang every time he's on the court, you would feel his presence. And you just watch that assist coming from John Wilson.
That's number 17 already in the game para sa Nueva Ecija Rice Vanguards. The ball has been constantly moving para sa kanila. People cutting towards the basket and trying to make better opportunities offensively para sa kanilang kupunan, while it has been somewhat of a drought here in the first half para dito sa Negros Muscovados. John Ray Villanueva trying to change that. His finger roll with the left hand, no good. Calo into the teeth of the defense. Cuellar sets his feet. Three-pointer is good. Efficient offense from all cylinders here para dito sa Nueva Ecija Rice Vanguards.
And I just love the offense that is being played by the Rice Vanguards. Everybody has the go signal to shoot when they're wide open. In college, you would not see JC Cuellar shoot a lot of threes. But now improving, getting the trust, getting his reps in, JC Cuellar makes that three to extend this lead to 50.
5 3-pointers already in the game para dito sa Nueva Ecija. Under 5 minutes to play sa ating first half. Back here inside the Philo Eco Oil Center in San Juan City for your Saturday triple header dito sa Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball League. Ang liga ng bawat Pilipino is Savi Palanya alongside Coach Juanito Gregorio and Miss Gianna Lianes. The Rice Vanguards ahead by 15 here against the Muscovados. That's the halfway point of our second frame. Palma turns the corner, sees Reyes at the baseline, almost took one step too many. That's a foul. Yes, it's a foul. That gets to Nueva Ecija. Kind of a bailout there para sa Negros. That's gonna count para sa kanya.
Better execution on the dribble drive offense being played by Negros right there. Much more spacing. Collado saying that he only had his hands up, but it was actually on the hips, where there was a slight extension galing dito kay JJ Collado. That's a good call by the referee there.
Reyes put in decent numbers in his time on the floor against Rizal in their last game. Scored only 2 points, but he did have 3 rebounds and was able to affect the game in different manners para sa Negros Muscovados. Well, this is another opportunity for him to try and put up good outings para dito kay Coach Bonnie Garcia. Kaya lang maganda nagiging shooting talaga dito ng Nueva Ecija Rice Vanguards. And John Wilson is already feeling it here in the first half.
Big to small screen action. That is not really a very usual play. But I think the biggest question right there, is that a step? Dalawang beses na natin nakita na yung 3 si John Wilson naging 2. So I think that's a 3. I think that's safe to say that's a 3 para dito kay John Wilson.
6 out of 11, at least for right now. Wala pa namang review nangyayari dito para sa Nueva Ecija. So the score will stand 46-31. Wilson will come out and will take a well-deserved rest. Gabriel missing on the first free throw.
We've only been playing 16 minutes of basketball, but Nueva Ecija has already scored 46 points here in the ball game. We were talking about the defense of Negros. Still non-existent here in the second quarter. You watch that again. Big to small screen, John Wilson. Clean 3.
One of the facets of the game where Coach Don Dulay has been able to successfully put his players in a successful position in. It's playing positionless basketball. Gabriel waiting for the offense to develop here para sa Negros. Reyes, short corner. That's good para kay Ryan Reyes.
Quality minutes para dito kay Ryan Reyes. Already 5 points in the first 2 minutes of the ball game. But once again, same problem. And Will Macaloni, that is an easy 10 points para dito kay Will.
First guy in double figures sa laro na to. John Wilson already on the brink of that as well. He has 9 para sa Nueva Ecija. 14 ang kalamangan dito ng Rice Vanguards. Jem Cruz picks it up, lobs it up inside para kay John Gabriel. Shot clock winding down. Cruz fadeaway jumper off to the left. Possession once again para dito sa Negros. Gabriel tried to sidestep his way past the smaller Billy Ray Robles and he gets the 2 points.
It's a different ball game para dito kay John Gabriel. After being one of the top scorers for Negros the past 2 games, that is only his 3rd point. He is struggling against the bigs of Nueva Ecija who can really challenge his height here.
So far, do you think the defensive schemes that Nueva Ecija has been running, as we take a look at this last play, that was the make inside, a little euro there para kay John Gabriel. Would you say the schemes para dito sa Nueva Ecija have been formatted in a way that they are trying to limit guys like John Gabriel and J.R. Flores?
Oh yes, they were able to adjust well. They already saw in the past 2 games that these guys can really contribute in that inside. So they're now forcing a lot more guard actions para dito sa Nueva Ecija, sa Negros. And it's been working their way. They are up by 16 points here. 14 points.
Robbie Celis continuing to make mincemeat of the defense here of the Negros Muscovados. That's another end one play for Nueva Ecija here in the first half. Celis, the 2nd leading scorer this season for the Rice Vanguards, 10.2 points per game, almost 6 rebounds, 68.8% free throw shooter. You know what's good with Robbie is somehow in the 4th quarter when the game gets close and when it's very crucial, those free throws, his percentage tends to really hike up.
That is a veteran, a guy who knows how to play in the end game. One of the main reasons why Nueva Ecija really wanted to keep Robbie Celis towards this season. Because of that end game. You know, kailangan mo ng mga tao that can really hold that basketball and can really have that presence of mind. And Robbie Celis is a very, very crucial part of this Rice Vanguards team.
2 minutes and 24 the time remaining sa ating first half. Penalty na dito ang Nueva Ecija Rice Vanguards. That's why Formento is at the line for 2 shots. 1 out of 2 para sa kanya, the former Bataan player, averaging 11.5 points per game for Negros in his so far short stint with his new team.
Late addition para din sa Negros Muscovados, but definitely a right addition because he's been playing terrific the past few games.
And you could see naman na talagang, I think, sinadya talaga ni Coach Bonnie Garcia na kunin ito si John Formento once he saw that he was available. Na report na ni Gianna kanina that Formento was playing under Coach Bonnie Garcia and Colea de San Lorenzo and also played alongside a Negros teammate in John Gabriel.
It's really different if your point guard gets your whole system right away. That's why Coach Bonnie really wanted someone that he can give the keys to on the offense. And John Formento, not a lot of adjustment needed. He's been able to play well right away para dito sa Muscovados.
That definitely is a poor shot coming from Jim Cruz. Hit nothing but air on that last try. Coach Bonnie staying stoic on that sideline para dito sa Negros. 1 minute and 30 remaining in our first half. 13 ang kalamangan dito ng Nueva Ecija. Celis on top. Macaloni trying to seal Peralta. He has had a long afternoon. Patapos pa lang tayo dito sa ating first half. Talking about Sam Peralta trying to defend. Ito si Will Macaloni.
You like the game plan of Nueva Ecija to try to get all the switches possible for Will Macaloni to have an advantage on the inside. And right there, almost an advantage, just a foul para kay Will Macaloni.
That's gonna go the other way. So Negros actually has a chance to bring this to within single digits by the end of this first half. Let's see if that will happen. There you see Coach Don Dulay. His squad currently at the 4th spot sa ating Northern Division team standings. Peralta at the elbow. Cruz receives the handoff. Macaloni switches out. Peralta, nabangga, kisses it off the glass. Unfazed by the defense right there was Sam Peralta.
That's actually very good defense by Nueva Ecija, but just better offense being played by Peralta. Not the quickest of ball movements, but if you are able to find a way and getting those buckets, no problem para sa Negros.
Could be a 2-for-1 opportunity here para dito sa Nueva. Lakiwag has been hot from 3 and he continues to remain the same. That's 7 3-pointers in the game para sa Nueva Ecija. And Lakiwag already with 9 points. All of them coming from the great beyond.
Too much space para kay Ed Dakiwag. They went under the screen, and for sure, the Ed Dakiwag will be going for the 3.
Palma again switching hands. He just loves that move going to the basket. Whether it's from right to left or left to right, basta pag talon niya, pag nakabuelo siya ng medyo mataas talaga, he will not hesitate, especially if there's a defender that he has to elude in front of him. That was a 3-point shot coming from Ed Dakiwag. His 3rd overall in the game and 7th of the match in total para dito sa Nueva Ecija Rice Vanguards. Palma able to get the 2nd free throw to go. Lead back down to 12 points, 53-41. Last shot time here for the Rice Vanguards. Costello, one-on-one against Formento. Costello near the elbow. Good line, just a little bit too strong para kay Ryan Costello.
It's a good way to end para dito sa Negros Muscovados. What we thought was going to be a blowout game. Slowly but surely, Negros answered with their offense. And a slower end of the 2nd quarter, they were able to make a very short run to cut this lead to 12.
A lot of guys really pitching in para dito sa Nueva Ecija early on. Phil Macaloni, Costello, and John Wilson combining for 26 of the 53 points here in the first half para dito sa Rice Vanguards.
Very, very high scoring para dito sa tatlong taong ito. Macaloni, Costello, and also John Wilson. But all the other guys are helping as well. Ed Dakiwag also with 9 points.
Our halftime score brought to you by GameX. GameX Sports, the official online basketball lending partner of the MPBL. Basta ending GameX.
Pinununood pa rin po ng Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball League. Ako po si Gianna Llanes at halftime po ng ating first game of today. It was between the Negros Muscovados and the Nueva Ecija Rice Vanguards. The score is 53-41 in favor of Nueva Ecija. Pero ngayon po kausapin natin ang assistant coach ng Negros Muscovados, si Coach Rendel Patricio. Coach Rendel, unang-una po sa lahat, your team had a huge win against Rizal during your last game. Paano po yung nakakatulong sa inyong kumpiyansa, lalo na as you're trying to secure that playoff spot moving forward?
Yeah, well, like we said sa practice namin, we have to build that confidence going to the playoffs. Against Rizal, it's a big confidence booster. We hope makarry namin to this game and to our next games.
And you've had recent additions like John Fermento, John Gabriel, na nakasama actually ni Coach Bonnie before. So itong samahan nila from before, how is it helping them to adjust, especially with the roles on the team?
Actually, big advantage na magkasama na sila before because yung adjustment sa sistema, konti na lang eh. So ever since they've been together, so konting adjustment kay coach sa ibang kasama namin and other players na nauna pa sa kanila. So mas nakakatulong sa amin to run our plays and our defense.
Now I'm sure there's a lot of people watching right now that are supporting your team throughout the season. Pasalamatan nyo naman po sila.
Yes, first of all, we would like to thank yung owner namin, si Mr. John Alfred Gilbor and Miss Grace Gilbor, Province of Negros Occidental, Governor Bong Lacson, Vice Governor Jeffrey Ferrer, Attorney Refrando Diaz, Mayor Salvador Escalante Jr. of Cadiz City, Negros Occidental, Silver Graces Construction and Construction Supply Management and Staff, Axer Marketing and Panisales Family, Chicken at Baboy by Diodin Monillo, Roel Weber, and Arve Cabaling, and also RK Hoops.
Thank you very much once again. That was Sir Rendel Patricio, the team manager of the Negros Muscovados. Magbabalik po ang Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball League.
Halftime now between Nueva Ecija Rice Vanguards and the Negros Muscovados. Nueva Ecija up by 12, 53-41 after the first 20 minutes of action. Live tayo dito sa Philoil Eco Oil Center in San Juan City, the home of your San Juan Knights. They will be facing Quezon City later on at 8 o'clock p.m. Pero dito sa ating first game, sa ating Saturday triple header, the Rice Vanguards have been off to a scorching start from the field.
The scorching may be an understatement. With 53 points at halftime, they are shooting a 64% field goal clip. Already with 7 3-pointers, 21 assists, and 17 fast break points. This is a very, very strong start. And they really want to be able to get the win after a 2-game losing skid para dito sa Rice Vanguards.
They're almost gonna meet the total that they had from the field from their last game against the San Juan Knights, where they shot 25 out of 69. That was only a 36.2% clip, so certainly a big jump para sa kanila. Can they sustain that into the third and fourth periods? And ang ating malalaman in just a bit. Will Macaloni leading the balanced charge para sa Nueva Ecija with 10. Wilson and Dakiwag with 9 each. Costello, who is back in the lineup for today's game, has 7. Sa kabila naman, it's Formento with 9. Peralta Chavez with 6. And Jem Cruz has 5 for the Negros Muscovados. What has been specifically missing para dito sa Negros in that first half?
Well, they were not able to recover down on the defensive end, especially on the fast breaks nitong mga ng Nueva Ecija. They were not able to locate itong si Will Macaloni on the inside. And eventually, they were not able to also close out on the 3-pointers. So it's really the defense of Negros. They were able to score 41 points, which is also very high in one half. But giving up 53 points is just too high, and they have to be able to adjust here in the second half.
Well, naging problema nga talaga yung frontline defense nito Negros Muscovados. They are, after all, playing short-handed in that position for today's game. No Rick Kaunan, no James Una. A big part of their rotation sa ating frontline. Wala rin si Mark Atabay para kay Coach Bonnie Garcia. So they will have to do with John Gabriel, J.R. Flores, and Sam Peralta for this afternoon's game against the Nueva Ecija Rice Vanguards. Flores and Gabriel will be starting together with Jem Cruz, John Formento, and Renz Palma. On the other side, MJ Ayay, who did not see action in the first half, trooping to the line here para dito sa Nueva Ecija. That free throw was brought to you by Extreme Appliances, ang subok at kompletong appliance brand ng Pilipinas. He's joined by Ed Dakiwag, JC Culyar, JB Bahio, pati na rin to si Kenneth Mocon.
Just how deep is the lineup of these Rice Vanguards team. You have Mocon and Ayay not even playing a single minute in the first half, yet they will be able to contribute here in the second half.
May mga times na nagsistart ng games, yung dalawang player na yan, si Mocon at si Ayay.
A very, very deep team.
Ayay defending against the taller J.R. Flores. Gets one up against the former Bulacan big man there, forcing an offensive foul.
And from Lyceum all the way to the PBA, Ayay has always been known as a very good defender. And right there on the post, he shows that he is still a defensive prowess here in the MPBL.
Flores will be subbed out. That's already his second personal foul in this game. Babalik sa laro na to si Alvin Capobres. Mocon drives middle, door shut down there by Cruz. Hand up, no roll on the basket. Palma now pushing here for Negros. Formento wants a screen. Culyar right there with him. Bahio shows. Formento waving off the other guys. He wants this isolation against JB. Passes it off, Capobres at the elbow. Lucky bounce para kay Alvin Capobres.
Good secondary option para dito kay John Formento. All eyes were him. JB Bahio was negating all of his options, and he was able to find Alvin Capobres on that last second.
54-43. Wala pang 2 minuto nakakalipas dito sa ating third quarter. And Ed Dakiwag has continued to remain strong from the outside. Di pa nagmiminti sa laro na to galing sa labas si Ed Dakiwag.
4 out of 4, 12 big points para dito kay Ed Dakiwag, and everything looking easy for the former Tiger.
Formento once again has Bayo switched onto him. Formento leans in and draws the foul against JB Bayo.
Very, very crucial foul. JB Bayo is playing terrific defense the past 2 possessions galing dito kay John Fermento, but he was able to bite on that fake, which will be able to give John Fermento 2 free throws.
Let's go to Ms. Gian Lianes at courtside.
Just wanted to note first, confirmed nga ni Negros team manager Sir Rendell na si Mark Atabay ay na-dislocate ang kanyang shoulder nung laro nila against Rizal and will be out for at least the next 2 weeks. They are looking to have him back by the time they face Binyan. Ngayon naman daw, double time sa depensa ang hinahanap ni Coach Bonnie, lalo na sa mga press pass. Pinaalala kanya sa Moscovados na sa opensa kung walang fast break ay huwag pilitin at i-execute lang ang mga plays. So he's really tasking his players to just be diligent this half. Back to you guys.
Thank you so much, G. Well, that's certainly going to be a big blow para kay Coach Bonnie Garcia. Mark Atabay has been very solid playing that center spot for them this season. Bayo airballs that shot. Moscovados in transition. Renz Palma behind the back wrapper around and the finger roll para kay Renz Palma. Certainly one of the best finishers in the league.
Not only in air can he switch hands, even down under, he's able to wrap around. What a beauty para dito kay Renz.
Kaya lang 11 pa rin ng kalamangan dito ng Nueva Ecija. Cuellar to the corner. Dakiwag steps back for 3 and still makes it despite the defense. 5 3-point shots para dito kay Ed Dakiwag. 15 puntos sa laro na to. Still perfect from the field.
And I was gonna say, Javi, this is gonna be the first miss of Ed Dakiwag. That was terrific defense, pero may pasok pa rin itong si Ed Dakiwag. But Renz Palma quick to answer right away on the other end.
Double figures na sa laro na to si Renz Palma answering back with the 3, but also a quick basket on the other side para kay JB Bayo. Again, the defense not holding up para dito sa Negros.
Still the same problem for Negros entering the second half. Already 9 big points para dito sa Nueva Ecija.
Gabriel a little bit too far from his comfort zone. Gives it up to Jem Cruz. Shot clock at 5. Cruz crosses over. Leans in. Inside hand scoop is good para kay Jem Cruz.
The Negros is lucky that they have a lot of very good talents in their team. They're playing a lot of one-on-one. It has not been working every possession, but they have been able to get a lot of points off those isolation plays. Saw it from Fermento. Now we saw it galing naman dito kay Jem Cruz.
Some substitutions para dito kay Coach Bonnie Garcia. Ryan Reyes and J.R. Chavez back inside the game for the Negros Moscovados. Dakiwag this time near the basket, kicks it out. Mocon will use more of their shot clock here. 6 seconds left. Cuellar, that pass a little bit too high para kay MJAI.
They're trying to set up ito si Ed Dakiwag on that right wing. Seems to be his comfort zone, but a better adjustment galing dito kay Jem Cruz.
Take a look at our play of the game brought to you by Suzuki. Breakdown play. JB Bayo has been caught in those isolation plays on that right wing here in the third quarter. Kanina si Jan Formento, pero ngayon Jem Cruz making the most out of that matchup. Ay foul na naman ay tinawag laban dito sa Negros. That's gonna go against Renz Palma again. That was their last foul to give. Macaloni, who was very productive and efficient in the first half, continues to score here para sa Nueva Ecija Rice Vanguards.
And that is where you will feel the need of Mark Ataba, usually a guy who can try and challenge someone on the post. But it's going to be a very easy attack here para kay Will Macaloni because he saw the advantage on size, on age, and experience against Ryan Reyes.
Taking him to school near the baseline. Alright, so the last foul was actually on Alvin Capobres.
Who's sa baba?
Nueva Ecija shooting 3 out of 8 from the free throw line. Diyan lang mababa ang percentage nila sa laro na to. While Negros is shooting 9 out of 15 from that distance. 65 to 51. Macaloni leading all scorers here. No, sorry. Second leading scorer para dito sa Nueva Ecija with 13. Airball para kay Jem Cruz. He cuts inside. Gets the ball back and scores the 2 points. That's a dribbling violation against JC Cuellar. So this could be an opportunity for Negros to get on a sort of roll here.
And Negros is actually playing very good in terms of their offense here in the second half. They've been able to get a lot of shots from the outside, from their attacks. Their dribble drive offense is working in their way, but they have to be able to get stops if they want a good run.
Capobres between the legs, gets the jumper over MJ Ayay.
Old school gaming para dito kay Alvin Capobres. Another mid-range shot para dito kay Alvin.
65 to 54. Mocon down low to their money man, Will Macaloni. Negros drops down into his zone. Pass intercepted by J.R. Chavez. A chance to run here for the Muscovados. Chavez to the corner. Villanueva fumbles it. Good thing Capobres was there, but he too runs out of space. Unfortunate incident para dito sa Negros Muscovados. Could have cut the lead down to single digits.
Masakit yun para sa Muscovados. That was a 5 against 4 opportunity. John Villanueva is actually wide open on that corner. Just a wrong pass galing dito kay Chavez.
Mocon confident on that outside shot, just short. Villanueva gets it to Cruz, who attacks middle, finishing with the left. That's 2 points more para kay Jem Cruz.
Might be a right-handed scorer. I mean, a right-handed shooter, but this guy can finish with either hand. He's been showing that he has that left hand in the past 2 mix para dito kay Jem Cruz.
Third guy now in double figures para sa Negros, Jem Cruz with 11 points. Lead down to 8. Cuellar from downtown. Couldn't kiss it off the glass. Ewan ko kung sadya yun. That's gonna go the way of Negros. 4 minutes and 25 ang natitira dito sa ating third quarter.
Looks like the adjustment of Coach Bonnie is working their way in the second half. Before actually heading to the halftime, I saw him and his coaching staff really having that huddle and really trying to adjust, and mukhang tamang-tama ang kanilang meeting, and they're now able to cut the lead down to 8 here.
Chavez takes the 3. Couldn't get it to go. Macaloni is ahead of the pack. But Cuellar has it right now para sa Nueva Ecija. Dakiwag to the left side. Mocon had time to set. That's short as well. That's a push from behind coming from Will Macaloni.
Struggle from the outside para dito kay Kenneth Mocon at 0 out of 3. All are actually pretty good shots para dito kay Kenneth. Just could not get anything inside the ring. So I think he will be forced to have a sub here. They need a little bit more of a veteran presence. Robbie Celis is coming back in the ballgame.
Costello also set to check in at the next dead ball para sa Nueva Ecija. 65 to 57. May baba kaya sa 6 o kaya sa 5 ng Negros dito sa possession na ito. Capobres inside. Felt like he had the advantage there against Ed Dakiwag, liking that matchup, going to the cup and getting the foul against Ed.
They're maximizing on the wing attacks, either from the right side or the left side. Earlier, we saw Jem Cruz and John Formento maximizing on the right. Ngayon, kinakabila nila. Alvin Capobres is now trying to attack that left side. He was able to get a mid-range shot. Now he tries his chances on the attack and now gets 2 free throws off that foul.
Capobres has not yet missed from the field but has already missed from the free throw line.
Laging on cue, no?
Kaya nga, I should really stop saying something about their percentages when they're just about to take the first free throw. That always jinxes them. Under 4 minutes to play dito sa ating third quarter. Capobres splits his charities. Wilson is back in the game for Nueva Ecija, giving Dakiwag a spell on the bench. And Dakiwag coming out of this game with 5 3-point shots. He has not yet missed from the outside, but he's 5 out of 6 overall. Oh, careless play right there coming from Will Macaloni.
Miscommunication nga dito kay Macaloni tsaka dito kay Ayay. Ayay wanted the handoff. Macaloni wanted the bounce pass. That will lead into a turnover.
Capobres being guarded here by Robbie Celis. Capobres waves off. Negros has been sticking to these one-on-one plays almost exclusively here in the third quarter. There's a foul on the loose ball play. That's gonna go against Will Macaloni.
They're saying it's a push, but that will hurt the Nueva Ecija. That's already 3 on Will Macaloni.
That's their last foul to give here sa ating third quarter.
The aggressiveness of Negros has really been going their way. They've been able to get a few layups, but they've also been able to fish for a few fouls. And they've been winning this quarter.
Yeah, 17-12. Reyes pops out of the corner. Chavez working against Ryan Costello, able to get contact. That's a whistle against the former Pasig City star. J.R. Chavez starting this season with the Abra Weavers. Made a name for himself last year. What a breakout season that was para sa kanya. Nagpakilala talaga siya dito sa Liga ng bawat Pilipino. Ito si J.R. Chavez.
That's why he was one of the most sought after guards after last season. He was able to get a few contracts from a few teams, but eventually ended up with the Abra Weavers.
But of course, in Abra, it was such a loaded roster, especially at the guard spot, having to deal with playing time with the likes of Mactalio and other guys. But here in Negros, he is one of the main guards.
Yes. They're going to be switching point guard roles. Itong si John Formento and J.R. Chavez. Two guys who actually play very different. So whatever you need, they'll be able to provide here.
But Juanitos, do you agree that despite them having different play styles, these are two guys that can interchange the 1 and 2?
Even sometimes they can even play together.
Yeah.
John Formento can actually really score for them. Chavez is one guy who is able to locate his teammates in the best chance possible. So this is a very good combo para kay Coach Bonnie towards the rest of the season.
Wilson was able to score inside on the previous offensive para dito sa Nueva Ecija. Nobody boxing out. Robbie Cell is there. And the lead is back up to 10, 69-59.
And the main reason bakit nandyan si Robbie Celi sa loob ng court, he is able to go to the spots where he is needed to be.
3-point shot short. Rebound tracked down by J.R. Chavez. Di na sinet dito. That's short as well. Jem Cruz gets another possession for Negros. Another 3-pointer on the way. Wala pa rin yan para sa Muscovados. So Cruz, Chavez, as well as itong si J.R. Villanueva could not hit from the outside para dito sa Muscovados. Robbie Celis equally as dangerous on the low block as Will Macaloni.
Now they're going back to that post game. That is a spot where it worked in the first half. A lot of post action on the Will Macaloni. They got them 6 easy points. The second half, 2 points para kay Will Macaloni. Now Robbie Celis will be trooping to the line off the post once again.
Renz Palma, John Formento, Sam Peralta coming into the game para dito sa Negros Muscovados. Unang pasok rin sa laro na to para kay Pio Longa. Well, let's see if Pio can actually make some outside shots to try and stem the gap here para sa Negros Muscovados.
Good substitution para dito sa Negros. They've been able to attack. So ngayon sinasara na ng Nueva Ecija ang kanilang driving lane. So that will leave someone wide open and it's good to enter a shooter here in this lineup.
Palma just going full steam ahead. Didn't matter who was in front of him. And draws the foul against John Wilson, who is egging on Coach Don Dulay to make a coach's challenge.
John Wilson actually knows where the players will go. Nade-delay lang siya sa kanyang pwesto. He's able to read. He is able to really stay patient when where they're gonna go. Kaso nahuhuli lang siya in terms of getting his ground.
So are you saying John Wilson is getting old?
No. So dito lang sa play na to. Baka makinig dito si John Wilson, mayari tayo.
Si Juanito nagsabi nun dyan. Hindi ako. 12 points in the game para kay Renz Palma. Couple of assists. Only 1 miss from the free throw line so far. His squad still down by 10. 71-61. Under 2 minutes to play here in the third frame. Collado trying to seal inside against Sam Peralta. Celis goes in. Fadeaway jumper is short, but look at Collado really battling it out underneath. It will stay with Nueva Ecija with 6 under 24.
But I think Negros will be challenging this last play.
All right, the yellow light is on in front of Richard Tampos. So our referees will be looking at that last sequence. Our officiating crew para sa laro na to, Jojo Belnas, Julius Tikio, and Michael Kinay. The fourth man is Jackson Mabandos We'll take a short break. Magbabalik ang MPBL.
The challenge made by Negros Moscovados is successful.
It's a successful challenge para kay Coach Bonnie Garcia and the Negros Moscovados. So his squad will be taking possession here. Let's take a look at that last play. There's a fadeaway that was short galing kay Robbie Celis, and then Collado was able to snatch it away from a couple of Moscovados players underneath. That was Longa and Sam Peralta. Unfortunately, that was last touch on the Nueva Ecija big man.
Pagkakataon para dito sa Negros to further cut into the lead here.
They haven't been able to get to within past 5 points dito sa ating third quarter. Celis barges in to Pio Longa. That's an offensive foul. Brilliant play defensively for the former UP Fighting Maroon.
I've seen that in college. We've seen that in college. He is always willing to sacrifice his body even in front of any attacker. And Pio Longa just really getting into the driving lane.
He's sporting a new hairstyle, spiky hair para dito kay Pio Longa.
Old school na naman to si
Kaya
Pio eh.
Nauso yan nung bata tayo eh, no? Nag-spiky hair ka ba dati?
Oo naman. Makapagpatangkad lang ng onte.
Alvin Capobres getting the advantage inside, cutting this Nueva Ecija lead to 8, 71-63.
Actually, 9 points para dito kay Alvin Capobres.
Oh, big development here. That's gonna be an offensive foul against Jay Collado.
Emotions getting the best of Nueva Ecija the past few possessions. They are too aggressive. Nanggigigil sila in getting that basketball. That is why they are getting a few turnovers right here.
Coach Don Dula is certainly not happy with the way things have been going in the past couple of minutes para sa kanyang koponan. Our referees trying to take a look at that last play. Wala namang challenge, but I think
they'll be looking at if there's an unsportsmanlike foul on JJ Collado. Safety lang. Safety check.
42 seconds remaining sa ating third frame. A chance here for the Moscovados to cut into this gap. There you see the coaching staff of the Nueva Ecija Rice Vanguards, Don Dulay, Rob Wainwright, Matt Makalintal. Tagal na naman magkakasama ng mga yan sa Davao pa lang. And then last year, of course, were at the helm of the Makati OK Bet Kings, where they pretty much had the same core. Just a little bit stronger this year with the Nueva Ecija squad.
Call has upgraded to unsportsmanlike foul on Jay Collado.
Initially, it was called an offensive foul, but now after the review, our referees are saying that it is now an unsportsmanlike foul against Jay Collado.
They're saying there's an elbow to the neck nitong player ng Negros.
So Peralta will be taking 2 free throws. Plus ball possession para dito sa Negros Moscovados.
Negros has been very aggressive. They are actually up by 12 in terms of free throw attempts dito sa Nueva Ecija. So you know that that dribble drive offense is really working their way. They are getting a lot more free throw opportunities.
They were 15 out of 20 against Rizal this afternoon. So far, 13 out of 21 are the Moscovados. That's 61% compared to Nueva Ecija 6 out of 11. Formento rejects the screen, goes behind the back, step back 3. That's a tough shot. Longa gets the offensive rebound. 2 defenders right in front of him. That's a walk against Pio Longa. I think he held the ball
Yes.
A little bit too long there inside.
Just no space to operate para dito kay Pio Longa. After that offensive rebound, 2 white shirts were just in front of him. And just nowhere to go para dito kay Pio.
Shark Boy Uhaha.
Pwede natin tawag. If he will sport that look towards the rest of the season, we can call him that.
About a 4-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. Wilson, quick jab to the middle. There's a foul against Pio Longa. Is it Pio Longa or Alvin
let's see.
Capobres?
They're saying it's downstairs, so the ball will be inbounded.
No, pero penalty na dito ang Negros eh.
Ah. They're calling it on Alvin Capobres, the foul.
So Wilson, who is now good for 11 points, 3 rebounds, and a couple of assists, will try to get a couple more at the free throw line. John Wilson, a former league MVP and former champion here in the MPBL, in search for his second ring. Hopefully, he gets it this season para sa Nueva Ecija Rice Vanguards. Yan ang kanilang panalangin. Capobres spins against Bayo, who doesn't budge, recovers. Palma gets blocked there by Robbie Celis. JB Bayo was also there to help.
Very good stop para dito sa Nueva Ecija. They knew how much time was left there. So all guys really helping out on the strong side, able to force a stop and able to enter the fourth quarter with an 8-point lead.
Mahirap pa rin makalapit dito ang Negros Muscovados. And one of the big reasons why is Ed Dakiwag, who has not missed from the great beyond. 5 out of 6 overall, 15 points in 20 minutes of play.
That right side has been a friend para dito kay Ed Dakiwag. All of his 3-pointers in the second half has been coming from that right wing. And it has been huge para dito sa Nueva Ecija for them to be able to maintain this lead.
Once again, it's 73-65 in favor of the Rice Vanguards. Our third quarter score brought to you by GameX. GameX Sports, the official online basketball lending partner of the MPBL. Basta ending, GameX. Check out our fan of the game brought to you by Jinky Skin. One of the many beautiful faces inside the Philoel Ecoy Center here in San Juan City, in attendance for the first game of our Saturday triple header dito sa Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball League. This is Javi Palanya alongside Coach Juanito Gregorio and Ms. Gianna Lianes as we take a look at our MPBL leadership headed by our commissioner, Captain Marbel, Kenneth Doremdes, Security Chief, the Destroyer, Rudy Distrito, Operations Head, Emerson Oreta, and our Marketing Head, Seth Hamora. Fourth quarter now underway. Formento, Palma, Longa, Capobres, and Peralta, the 5 on the floor for Coach Bonnie Garcia. Palma got it hit from the perimeter. Quarter scoring on your screens there, Juanito. Negros actually got that third quarter.
Very high scoring quarter para sa Negros, 24 points. And that dribble drive offense was really able to give them a lot of attacks and a lot of free throws in the third quarter.
Nueva Ecija was up by as much as 15 points in this game. And Negros slowly trying to chip away at it. Early substitution here in the fourth quarter. Chavez will come in para kay John Formento. Celis joined by Wilson, Costello, Bayo, and Robles. Celis finds an opening. Clipped on the arm right there.
Very good two-man game being played by Wilson and Celis right there to give him an open lane. Late on the help, and that will lead to 2 free throws para dito Robbie Celis.
The fluidity of the offense has certainly helped Nueva Ecija in this game. This free throw brought to you by Extreme Appliances, ang subok at kompletong appliance brand ng Pilipinas. Coach Don Dulay making sure his boys play excellent team basketball. Despite the loaded roster, they made sure that everybody gets to eat, especially in this game against a Negros squad that is looking to extend their winning streak to 4 games. Negros started the season 3-0, then were on top and down of their respective assignments. But in their previous 3 games, especially with the entry of their new additions, they have been able to build this winning streak to equal their strong start to the season.
The additions have been really huge para dito sa Negros. Gabriel, Formento, and Chavez has really been perfect para sa sistema nito ni Coach Bonnie.
They certainly have plugged a lot of holes that were gaping at the start of the season para dito sa Negros Muscovados. Found the need to improve the point guard spot, did that with J.R. Chavez. And the big man rotation was strengthened by the entry of John Gabriel. Capobres puts it up before the shot clock buzzer. Wala rin yan. Rebound taken by Ryan Costello.
Good individual defense by Nueva Ecija in that last possession.
Celis able to receive the lob. Oh, missing a gimme there underneath. I think he babied that shot. Was up against the smaller Jem Cruz. Cruz right now. Tough look off to the left. Robles skies for the board. Shot selection for Negros here in the 4th quarter. Not really too good compared to what they had in the 3rd period. Would you agree, Juanito?
Yes, definitely. Negros is now struggling in terms of that offense. And on the other end, they've been trying to eat on that inside. Robicelli, same move, different result. Making sure that he gets that easy too.
At least 4 guys touch that basketball before it ends up in a shot attempt para dito sa Nueva Ecija Rice Vanguards. That's been the case for the most part of this game.
Oh, that's why they have so much assists dito. They have more than half of the assists of Negros. Negros really relying on that one-on-one. On the other end, Nueva Ecija have been really trying to bring around that basketball and trying to get the best shot available. And that is why they are up by 12 points here in the 4th quarter.
Well, they already have 27 assists to equal their average. They are #1 in that department sa ating liga. Let's go to Ms. Gianna Llanes.
Ayon kay Coach Don Dulay, actually ang depensa na pinakita ng Rice Vanguards ng 3rd quarter ay hindi daw nila identity. Kulang daw sa box out at attentiveness. Tinanong pa niya ang boys niya, do you guys want to go zone? Adding, if you don't want to, you have to take charge and lead the opponent to their weak side. Team Captain Jay Collado added, if you're going to help each other, dapat 100% ang tulong nyo. Javi and Juanito?
Thank you so much. Great words of wisdom coming from Team Captain Jay Collado.
That's right, because they did not bring in the same energy in the 3rd quarter. They were a little loose, they were a little comfortable. That's why Negros was able to take advantage dun sa kanilang energy. And here in the 4th quarter, you see a different energy right away galing dito sa Nueva Ecija. So they really want to be able to go back in that winning way.
And they also haven't been able to run a lot in that 3rd quarter after getting a lot of baskets in transition in that first half.
17 big fast break points para sa Nueva Ecija in the first half.
Unable to finish the 2 points but was fouled. Ito si Robbie Celis. Nueva Ecija's biggest lead of the game was 15. First free throw is short para dito kay Celis. Robbie is now 4 out of 6 from the free throw line. There you see Andre Doremdes and Jeff Avillonar on the inactive roster para sa Rice Vanguards, along with Chester Saldua, Chris Bitoon, and Bobby Balocanag.
Very, very deep lineup itong Nueva Ecija. Yet they are all in shape. You know, I saw a video on Facebook where to start the training, they were actually running around dito sa Pasig for them to be able to maintain their cardiovascular energy. And that is the workout, that is the culture na meron itong Nueva Ecija.
If you want to win and if you want to hoist up that national trophy at the end of the season, you're going to have to do things that other teams are not willing to do. Ryan Reyes, strong move to the cup. Almost slammed it home, but still 2 points plus the foul para dito kay Ryan Reyes.
Can we call that a dunk? Can we call that a dunk?
Maybe a tap ring at most.
Tignan natin ulit.
There's the steal. Defense to offense para dito kay Ryan Reyes para sa ating fast break of the game. Brought to you by New Star Max. Win to the max.
All started with that tap away. Good read off the drive and then off the bump. He saw that he had enough space to tap the ring. Pero importante, nakuha niya ang 2 points and an opportunity to cut the lead to 10.
Began the season with the Quezon City Todo Action franchise. Reyes could not complete the 3-point play. But he has already bettered his numbers from the last match against Rizal. Itong si Ryan Reyes. Backdoor. John Wilson getting the pass from Will Macaloni.
That's gonna be the problem if you want to deny a handoff. There will be a backdoor cut, and John Wilson was able to read that well. But he wants a foul. Itong si John Wilson.
But at least they still get possession here. John Wilson will be given a warning here for unsportsmanlike behavior. He has tried to challenge all of the calls on him sa laro na to. That's nothing new to us here in the MPBL. That's just how passionate John Wilson is. Macaloni inside. And you know what's remarkable para dito sa Nueva Ecija is even their bigs have been successful in attacking from the outside.
You know, that big to small screens, it really is very hard because you don't know if you're going under, you're going over, or if you switch, magkakaroon talaga ng mismatch. So Will Macaloni is one guy able to try and maximize on that.
John A. Villanueva trying to stop the bleeding para dito sa Negros. Muscovados corner pocket 3 brings them to within a dozen, 82-70. Offensive foul against MJ Ayay. I think more than anything, consistency has been the main problem, at least in a general aspect para sa parehong komponent sa laro.
That's right. Both teams have been a little inconsistent here. You know, we saw the energy in Nueva Ecija in the first half, not the same energy in the third quarter, not the same decision making. Para dito sa Negros, they were able to start the third quarter well, but not able to start the fourth quarter well. But now they are trying to recover and get that run in.
Only down by 12 points, still an eternity of basketball to be played sa ating laro. Chavez drives to the baseline, pulls back the spin, finger roll, everything but the shot there para kay J.R. Chavez. He was robbed of a highlight. Out here, Nueva Ecija trying to make one of their own. Defense right back for the Muscovados. Macaloni slows things a bit. Gets a screen from Cullar. Macaloni in and out, goes up hard. And that's another drive to the rim galing kay Will Macaloni, a big man for Nueva Ecija.
Once again, if they give the ball to the big man, a small man will give a screen, hoping that there will be a switch or a late rotation. And that gives a lot of advantage if you are a guy like Will Macaloni, because he is just too strong if there is a switch. And they really want the switch from Felipe Chavez to Will Macaloni.
Especially if he's on his left side, there's almost close to nothing to stop him. 16 points. No, that's Will Macaloni.
17.7 rebounds, but more importantly, the efficiency. 6 out of 7 para dito kay Will Macaloni.
14 ang kalamangan. Cruz gets the screen from Gabriel. Crossover into the lane. Jim Cruz basket and one.
Finally, gumana ulit ang kanilang one-on-one play here. Jem Cruz has been playing terrific here in today's ball game. Usually known as a shooter, today he is showing that he also has a beautiful drive. Jem Cruz cutting the lead down to 12 here. A glimmer of hope in the last 5 and 29.
Medyo minamala siya galing sa labas sa laro na to. He's 1 out of 5 from downtown. But overall from the field, he is 6 out of 11. 5 out of 6 from inside the arc. Cruz completes the 3-point play. Negros within 11, 84-73. Robles on the left side. Ayay wants it against Cruz. Gets it. Dangerous pass intercepted by Reyes. Peralta almost walked. Reyes goes hard and almost gets the basket. Muntika na magka 3-point play ulit itong si Ryan Reyes.
I like his aggressiveness here in the fourth quarter. Every time that there is a turnover, automatically he is running either that trail lane or even with that basketball. He can do both itong si Ryan Reyes. But there is a challenge right here Let's watch that again. Reyes off the middle. Oh, there might be on the foot. Galing dito kay Wilma Caloni. There is a little touch there. And enough to really bother the shot of Ryan Reyes.
Ryan Reyes has done better than the previous game against the Rizal Golden Coolers. Reyes right now with 7 points and 4 rebounds in this game after only scoring 2 points in 9 minutes sa kanilang huling laro. We'll take a short break here. Magbabalik ang MPBL.
The challenge made by Nueva Ecija is unsuccessful.
Unsuccessful
Foul of
challenge
Macaroni.
para kay Coach Don Dulay, which means that Ryan Reyes will get 2 shots here and that Will Macaloni will be out of the game. That was number 5 against Will. That's a big development here para sa Rice Vanguard. Still a lot of time to play in this game. 5 minutes and 6 seconds to be exact. Macaloni has been very productive inside, coming from the outside, whatever it is, he has been able to get the better of the defense of this Negros squad sa laro na to.
He's the leading scorer para din sa Negros, ay sa Nueva Ecija with 17 points, 5 rebounds.
Cruz able to make that free throw.
Very interesting 5 para dito sa Nueva Ecija. No natural center. They'll be putting JB Bahio at that 5 position and MJ Ayaay at the 4, a little smaller. And we've known Nueva Ecija as a team that will really maximize on their height. So let's see how this will go para dito sa Nueva Ecija.
1 out of 2 si Ryan Reyes. If you wondered why there was a free throw by Cruz earlier, there was a technical against Nueva Ecija. Negros down by 9 points. Robles to the corner. Cuellar quickly inside. Ayaay was clipped by John Ray Villanueva right there.
It's a beautiful ball swing brought about by Nueva Ecija. That was a quick find. Galing dito kay Jason Cuellar to a cutting MJ Ayaay. And that will result in 2 free throws para dito sa Nueva.
Ayaay putting up decent numbers this season for Nueva Ecija. 7.4 points, 4.3 rebounds, and almost 2 assists per game.
The one thing I love about MJ Ayaay is that he moves so well without that basketball. And he's been known as someone who will move even from his collegiate days.
3 puntos sa laro na to para kay MJ Ayaay. More importantly, giving Nueva Ecija back an 11-point lead. Cruz being harassed on top near the half-court logo by Billy Robles. Villanueva puts the ball on the deck, forces it up. That was off to the left. Rebound goes to JB Bayo, but stripped by Reyes. What about Ryan Reyes here in the second half para dito sa Negros?
What a step up para dito kay Ryan Reyes. His energy has been crucial for them to make a mini comeback here, and they'll be forcing another turnover here.
Reyes already with 10 points sa laro na to. What an impact it has been para sa kanya for his squad. 86 to 77 here with still 4 minutes and change remaining sa laro na to. Coach Bonnie Garcia will be taking a timeout.
7 big points in the 4th quarter para dito kay Reyes. He's been doing it all defensively, on the rebounding end, and scoring. Ryan Reyes has been huge para dito sa Negros.
Presenting our Suzuki muscular and sporty fan of the game, just like the Avenus. Do more and achieve more with the muscular and sporty scooter from Suzuki, the Avenus. Oras na para magmotor. Maraming salamat sa pagdalo sa aming coverage dito sa Philoil Eco Oil Center in San Juan City. Will Macaloni, who has already fouled out para sa Nueva Ecija sa laro na to, scored 14 points against San Juan in their last game. He came out with 17 points, 5 rebounds, and 3 assists. In that game against the Knights, he was the only player in double figures.
Oh, yes. But tonight, he is playing much better even. 17 points, 5 rebounds, and 3 assists on a very efficient clip. 6 out of 7 para kay Will Macaloni. Kaya masakit ito para sa Nueva Ecija because he has already fouled out of the ball game.
Well, let's see how this plays out para sa parehong koponan. Capobres puts it up. A little bit short right there. Each time that Negros is threatening to go on a run, whether to go to within maybe 7 or 5 points, laging may sagot
Yes.
ang Nueva Ecija.
And they've always been able to make big shots. And one guy able to really get some free throws. And every time Negros tries to go for a run is actually MJ Ayaay. Once again, trooping to the line here.
I don't think Aya has rested here in the second half. Has he already played the entire second half?
Let's see.
Parang di pa siya umupo. Let's check
12
the numbers.
minutes and 27. I think he's rested only for 2 minutes.
Alright.
Itong si MJ Ayaay. But he never played in the first half. Itong si
That's
MJ
correct.
Ayaay. But he is playing huge here in the second half. 3 points, 2 rebounds, and 3 assists, doing everything para dito sa Nueva Ecija.
And that just to remind a lot of our younger players, or many of our aspiring players who are trying to make it in their careers, to just always be ready when you're on that bench. Because you never know at what part of the game ka papasok, whether in the first half or the second half. For MJAI, he's been starting a lot of the games for Nueva Ecija this season, and yet tonight, he only came in at the second half, kaya lang 2 minutes na lang siya inupo because he has been playing well para dito sa Rice Vanguards.
And that is actually the culture being brought in by Coach Don Dulay. Patience for everybody. You will get an opportunity. And here he is, really maximizing on the opportunity given.
That's professionalism at its finest coming from MJAI. Here he is with the ball. Gets the step on Cruz, decides to kick it out. Cuellar, step back. Too strong on the 3.
Well, not the best shot attempt para dito sa Nueva Ecija. That was better defense being played by Negros. Very quick on the closeout. And that is a forced shot galing dito kay Cuellar.
At the bailout call para dito sa Nueva Ecija, having Chavez pick up that personal foul.
Masakit yun para dito Negros.
Both teams already over the limit. 3 minutes and 25 ang natitira sa laro na to. Robles only with 4.6 rebounds, but does have 5 assists sa laro na to. First trip to the free throw line in this game para kay Billy Ray Robles.
Free throws have been a struggle para dito sa Nueva Ecija. Only 65% here in the ball game.
Well, whatever happens after this game, kung sino man ang manalo dito, I'm pretty sure that one thing that Coach Don Dulay will emphasize in their next practice session is to make the most out of their free throws. Cruz steps back against Robles. 3-pointer no good. Rebound picked up by J.R. Chavez. Palma gathers. Gets clipped on the arm. Ayaay will be the guilty party on that last play. Unang personal pa lamang yan para kay MJ Ayaay.
Not a lot of minutes para dito kay Renz Palma here in the second half, but he already has 13 points. So it seems to be not the best fit for them to mount a comeback in the third quarter. But here he is given an opportunity back because Alvin Capobres already has 5 fouls. So tignan natin kung kaya ni Renz Palma na makatulong in trying to mount a comeback.
Balik sa 9 ang kalamangan, 88-79. Exactly 3 minutes to go here in the fourth quarter. Dakiwag breaks free. There's a foul on John Ray Villanueva. He's given up a lot of tiki-taki fouls here in the second half.
Not a foul that you really need here in the end game. They are in penalty. So that is a foul you don't want to give up because this will mean free throws para dito kay MJ Ayay. See the frustration in the face of Coach Bonnie. Really did not want that foul.
Ayay makes good on the first free throw. Ayay is a 54.5% free throw shooter this season.
Very surprising numbers. This is a guy that's respected on the line in his collegiate days.
2 for 2. There you go para kay MJ Ayay. Celis will come back in for Nueva Ecija Rice Vanguards. 90-79.
Finishing touches para dito sa Nueva Ecija. You always want your veterans inside. That is why Robbie Celis will be given that opportunity here in the endgame.
Gutsy shot right there by Cruz. Too strong on the 3. Trap from behind. Stepping dun si Ryan Reyes. But still, you gotta admire the effort of this young man.
Oh yeah.
His second half has been very impressive para sa kanya.
I'm now one of the new fans of Ryan Reyes. This guy is sacrificing his body against a veteran-laden team in Nueva Ecija. And now he is getting extra minutes for the effort he is showing.
Bayo, kick out. Cuellar gets it to the Kiwag on the lift. The Kiwag, that's his first miss from three-point country. Offensive rebound para sa Nueva Ecija. That's JB Bayo. Now, even if he's not as hefty as the other big men, his length and the ability to jump for those boards is really working in his advantage. While J.R. Chavez saying that we will not go gently into the good night here.
This team of Negros really plays with a lot of heart, especially this 5 on the floor. Not the biggest, not the tallest, but they will try and keep on competing in the end game. But just too much itong Nueva Ecija.
Our last 2 minutes brought to you by GameX. GameX Sports, the official online basketball lending partner of the MPBL. Basta ending, GameX. 94-82. Do the Muscovado still have a chance? Palma taking matters into his own hands. That was short. A little off to the right para kay Renz Palma. Certainly no need to rush here para dito kay JC Cuellar and company. Celis brings it back out as soon as he saw the double. Bayo picks up the errant pass. Bayo leaves it. Celis not quite sure where he was about to go with that shot. I think midway through the jump. Oh.
Pati ako na-confuse eh.
Kaya nga eh. Tsaka yung forma niya actually nung una.
Yes.
Kala ko nga ibabanda niya. There's another guy who fouls out here in this game. That's the second Nueva Ecija player to come out. That's JB Bayo, getting his 5th personal here at the 1 minute and 18 mark of the 4th quarter.
Also proud for JB Bayo for playing a terrific ball game. We didn't really actually notice, but JB Bayo is the leading rebounder for Nueva Ecija with 8 here in the ball game.
There you see John Levalin and Will McAloney sharing a conversation at the end of the bench of the Rice Vanguards. Chavez now 5 out of 10 from the free throw line. That's just 50%. Lead is 10. Negros needs a stop here. Chavez profusely trying to challenge Cuellar in the backcourt. Wilson trying to lose Jem Cruz. Reyes switches on to him. Shot clock now winding down. Wilson strip. The Kiwag recovers. That's a walk against Ed the Kiwag.
This is what I was saying, where adjustment and fit. Talagang meron pang adjustment period para dito kay John Wilson. So, hindi pa siya ganun komportable sa sistema, but you know, just 2 to 3 more games, John Wilson will be playing terrific para dito sa Nueva Ecija.
Under a minute to go, exactly 54 seconds ang natitira sa ating laro. 94-84 is the score. The Abra Weavers getting set for their important matchup against the still undefeated Quezon Huskers in the second game of our Saturday triple header dito sa PhilOil Eco Oil Center in San Juan City. But first, we will have to wrap up this matchup between the Nueva Ecija Rice Vanguards and the Negros Muscovados. Jem Cruz and company down by 10 points. Is there still one last run in them? Talking about Negros. Piolonga back in the game for outside shooting, but decides to go inside and lay it up and in. 94 to 86.
It's a very good play para dito kay Coach Bonnie. There is still a slim chance for them to get back in this ball game.
Wilson doesn't go for the dagger. Cuellar has it against Piolonga. 6 seconds left. Cuellar dancing still with Longa, gets the step after a million crossovers. JC Cuellar able to get to the cup and score the 2, and that just might be it. Negros turning that ball over. I don't think they will foul. Coach Bonnie Garcia already approaching Coach Don Dulay to shake hands. A masterclass defensively overall para dito sa Nueva Ecija, as well as in their passing ability. Just great team basketball for the Rice Vanguards this afternoon.
Oh, really, everybody getting a hold of that basketball. The most crucial statistic for me in this win, 33 assists para dito sa Nueva Ecija. So everybody really trusting everybody para dito sa Nueva Ecija Rice Vanguards. And that is the culture you want to see for you to be able to really battle it out here in the MPBL.
Oh, that's at least 6 more than their usual average of 27 assists per game. Our best player of the game brought to you by Manny Pacquiao's MPBL. 15 points, 4 rebounds, and 3 assists on a perfect 6 out of 6 shooting from the field. Galing dito kay John Wilson.
Coming off the bench itong si John Wilson, he was able to provide a lot of energy in terms of scoring. And right away, he was able to give Nueva Ecija a good lead for them to be able to get that victory eventually.
Snapping their 2-game losing streak and getting victory number 13 with a 96 to 86 win. Our final score brought to you by GameX. GameX Sports, the official online basketball lending partner of the MPBL. Plus the ending, GameX, our best player is at courtside with Miss Gianna Lianes.
Our MPBL Manny Pacquiao's best player of the game is John Wilson of the Nueva Ecija Rice Vanguards. He had 15 points and he's here with his family. First of all, John, congratulations. Alam naman namin sa MPBL career mo, napaka-espesyal itong venue na ito. Pero last time your team was here, medyo masakit ang talo na na-experience nyo. So paano nyo ginawa yung motivation na gusto nyo bumawi dito?
Ano lang, sabi nga ng mga coaches namin, let's regroup. So yung nag 1 day break lang kami, and then all the way ngayong game na to, kahapon talagang practice kami. 1 day break lang from the losses of former my team. And then yun nga, nag-struggle din ako. So yun, di naman ako sasawang mag-workout eh. Yeah, yun nga, yung routine ko, everyday shooting, workout ako with Coach Diego. Shout out siya, Coach Diego, thanks for the workout. And hopefully na magdire-diretso yung game namin, especially yung momentum ko rin.
And John, ito ang una mong best player title as a Nueva Ecija Rice Vanguard. Kunento mo sa akin dati na kung gaano ka kasaya na kasama mo ulit si Coach Don Dulay. Paano kanya tinutulungan para ipakita mo muli ang kakayahan mo talaga?
Siyempre, masaya-masaya. Siyempre, alam naman natin si Coach Don na talaga nagkasama kami sa other league. Then, nag-finals kami, although fell short. Pero yun nga, alam mo naman natin na may plano si God. Kaya siguro, nandito rin ako at kinuha din niya ako. Then nga, yung katulad nga sinabi ko kanina na through hard work lang, then result will come.
And John, you're here with your very supportive family. I'm sure a lot of people are proud of you right now. Sino ang gusto mong pasalamatan?
Siyempre, mapasalamat ako kay God na nakabalik kami sa winning column. And then siyempre, yung struggle ko past 2 games na talagang worth it. Kasi talagang hindi naman lagi talagang nasa baba eh. So yung through hard work ko, yung sakripisyo every morning na practice, then self-practice talagang, nag-result this game. Hopefully, tuloy-tuloy. And then, binabati ko pala yung wife ko, nanonood, yung kids ko lagi nakasuporta, yung biyanan ko nasa New Zealand, yung mga hipag ko dyan, nanay ko, mama ko, mga relatives ko sa Binoan Rizal, Team Chrysler, Team Pagod, si March, Enzo, si Larry, Jerby, sino pa yung GC ko doon. Then, yung sa lahat ko mabait. Shoutout ko na sa buddy ko, si Judel, si Alvin, si Alvin. Yun. Yung sa mga hindi ko nabati, maraming salamat. God bless. Kaya Boss Bong, tsaka sa Cuevas family. Sa coaching staff, tsaka sa mga teammates ko, credit sa kanila. Thank you.
Thank you very much and congratulations to our Manny Pacquiao's MPBL Best Player of the Game, John Wilson. Back to you, Javi and Juanito.
Thank you so much, G. That certainly was a lot of greetings, but well-deserved para kay John Wilson. Up next, we have the Quezon Huskers staking their unbeaten record against the Abra Weavers. Thank you so much for joining us for our first game. Stick around for our second game of our Saturday triple-header dito sa Maharlika Pilipinas Basketball League, ang liga ng bawat Pilipino.
Sumasaya kapag may labay nagkakaisa. Luzon, Visayas, Mindanao, basketball na. Ang bawat labay pinaghahandaan, kaya yumayanig ang bakbakan. Todo suporta ang lahat sa kanya-kanyang kupunan.